Welcome to the channel. I'm Michael Hansen, and in this video, we're going to be going over creating professional video content, whether it be for video blogging, creating a video presence, or with social media such as YouTube. I'm also specifically going to go over the hardware I use and the software to create professional video content and video presentations. So stay tuned and let's get started. So let's go over what I call the 4 Ps for creating video content. The first is your pre-production. It is probably the most important. This is where you're going to develop your content, your message to your audience, and what it is you're going to cover. In addition, with pre-production, you should also think about the logistics of your shoot, the environment you're going to be in, and the equipment you need. The second one is actual production. That is the process of shooting the video you need to communicate to your audience. The third is post-production. That is where you do your graphic editing, video editing, to basically convey your story in a seamless format where the audience can consume. Final one is publication. This is probably the often most overlooked one. You've seen all those great YouTube videos, but they don't get the hits and they have 50 views. You really need to do search engine optimization and define your meta tags correctly. How does that work? Let me show you on Google. Explicitly looking at media content uploaded to YouTube, you'll want to maximize the characters you can use for your title, description, and metadata. This is very important to increase the opportunity of being found through searches for your video content. Starting with your title, you're limited to a maximum of 100 characters. Although only 70 may show its summary view, it does support more. Second is your description. You are limited to about 4,850 characters. Out of those characters, about 170 is displayed through summary view, through search engines, and through YouTube searches. Finally, you have your metadata. That is limited to 500 characters. You can separate metadata phrases with a comma. Once again, I suggest you use all of these to maximize the chances of being found and your content through YouTube searches or search engines. Now, before I go into the tools I use for creating videos, I wanted to briefly mention a few aspects of generating revenue with your videos through social media, particularly YouTube. You can generate revenue through YouTube through many different means. The first is by monetizing your videos and creating an Adsense account. That was probably the advertisement you skip to right before this video. The second is through affiliate programs. And in my opinion, you can generate significantly more revenue through an affiliate program than you will through Adsense. The third option is endorsements and sponsors. Finally, you can also make money through creating paid channel content that you charge your audience a subscription fee for viewing. YouTube gives you that capability once you hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, there's many other ways you can directly benefit and profit from your videos through social media. But it's important to dot your I's and cross your T's with guidelines. The last thing you want is your video to be pulled or your channel to be affected. What do I mean by guidelines? You'll have to follow YouTube, your Adsense, your affiliate programs, and also FTC regulations regarding endorsements and sponsors. Lastly, pay attention to copyright material. If you're creating your own content, you'll probably be safe. But if you're using stock images, photos, or audio, pay attention to how you can use those in your video and if you can commercialize them. Second, pay attention to the rates. They may change with the number of views. Now, let's get to the cool stuff. Let's take a look at the hardware and the software. So let's talk hardware. Right now, I'm shooting with a webcam. Now, webcams are so important for so many things. They're useful for teleconferencing, Link, and Citrix, but more importantly, they integrate very well with the desktop and allow you to stream data live. Gamers know all about this in the right-hand corner while streaming games, but for business content, it allows you to do so much more. It adds personalization, and we're going to go through those examples. Right now, I'm using a Logitech C922 Pro Web Stream Cam, capable of shooting at 1080p and being mounted to a tripod or a monitor. Pay attention to the corner of this screen as I show you the hardware and software I'm using to go through these demos. So let's take a look. The first tool I wanted to demonstrate is Snagit. This is version 13.1. This is a tool I so frequently use and have been using since 1997 for creating screenshots and captures to include into documentation such as procedure manuals. It has a powerful capability of also now an editor that allows you to quickly make callouts, references right on the fly, as in this example, a click to subscribe to my channel callout. Snagit has also the capability to save the file in many different formats as well as share on social media. Leaving Snagit open, we'll switch it to video record mode. Now we're looking at Split Broadcaster. This is a powerful tool for recording video and streaming data live. It supports multiple scenes, and it also can output data to local and multiple media channels. By clicking an output setting next to a stream, you have additional properties you can set. Right now, we are looking at the encoder preset. If you have a powerful enough computer, you can set high encoding while supporting multiple tasks. Other properties you can set is bit rate, and in the top right-hand corner, resolution and frames per second. Split Broadcaster also gives you the capability to test your bandwidth to make sure you do not drop frames. I often believe the internet connection is often a bottleneck to user productivity. I overlaid the Verizon speed test so we can see. As you see, we have no drop frames and we are good to go. Exiting out of Split Broadcaster, let's take a look at the software that I use for post-production. The tool sets come from Adobe Creative Cloud. I've been a big fan of Adobe for a long time. Their toolsets integrate seamlessly, and they offer so much flexibility for editing video, audio, and photography or still imaging. In addition, you can do also graphic rendering. I am scrolling through the list of installed and uninstalled components. Keep in mind, I do believe your time is best spent developing new content than an exorbitant amount of time in post-production. So let's talk about a piece of hardware that almost everybody has. In fact, it's a device that's used to watch about 1/3 of all YouTube videos. If you haven't guessed it, it's a cell phone. I have a Samsung S7 right here. I'm going to hook it up to this nifty tripod device that is just about $8 that holds it in place and will give it stability. I'm going to go ahead and walk through a Samsung video, and we're going to take a look at the equipment I use for the primary recording. So let's take a look. This video is being shot with the Samsung S7, and I wanted to show you the primary rig I use for video recording, and that is a Nikon D7200 DSLR camera. And it shoots exceptional still photography, and it does a pretty good job of shooting video. It's a little bit more work to set, but we'll go through those settings in the next few seconds. I also wanted to point out one thing that is critical for good video, and that's lighting. I'll also put a link to the description below about the lighting equipment I use for such a small room as this. So let's take a look. These are the settings that I use for the Nikon D7200. The first thing I do is set everything to manual. That includes the lens and the camera body from autofocus to manual. Now that we have set the camera to manual, you'll have to use the outer ring to focus your shot. You'll be using the inner ring to zoom in and out. Keep in mind the focus may change. Turn on the camera, select video mode, and press live view. Then press the menu button and select the movie shooting menu. From there, these are the options for shooting movies. This camera supports 2 SD cards. I shoot all my videos with a 1080p and 24 frames per second. I leave movie quality as high and adjust the microphone sensitivity as needed with a wide frequency response. For image area, I shoot in full with white balance and picture control manually set. I leave white balance as a presetting, and for picture control, I leave flat. This allows the most flexibility for post-production. Pressing the info button will allow you to cycle through some tools that may help you with your video shoot. One, you can bring up a grid format. You can also check the leveling of your camera through the leveler. In addition, I always shoot my shots with a shutter speed of about double what my frames per second is. Right now, I prefer 50. Going to ISO settings and using the joggle wheel as well, I prefer to shoot with an ISO setting of 100 to 1600 at max for best quality videos. So thanks for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, and if you have any comments about what you've seen or use something different, please share. I am very interested in that, and I'm sure the audience will be. So thanks again for watching, and stay tuned.